We're back, and the gang's all here. Sphinx City is a modern and magical metropolis where the BBG is capitalism. Greedy CEOs, corrupt officials, and evil corporations beware because our heroes are on the case. The dwarven chef fighter who married into the mob, Belkor the Butcher Ironbelly, played by Dale Daniels Jr. The goblin monk artificer with a robotic dog that turns into a rocket-powered skateboard, Jaster Fixadet, played by Taylor Hellstrom. The Goliath sorcerer, former assassin and father that's been called out of retirement, John the Painter Smith, played by Daniel Hargrove. The kobold college dropout, alchemist, and street seller of pharmaceuticals, Tint, the TNT, played by Malia Deza. And the dungeon master is none other than Justin Galliani. The 1% may have money, resources, and influence, but they're about to get 99% of their asses kicked. So get the f*** on the subway and let's get started, baby. Hey gang, and welcome back to another episode of Sphinx City Season 2. I'm Justin, I use they, them pronouns. I'll be your dungeon master for the rest of this series, and I'm joined today by 4 incredible players who are so excited to get into combat as we get back into our episode. Let's go around and do alphabetical, as always, introductions, starting with...
Me? Okay.
I'm pointing right at you.
I'm Dale. I play Belkor Ironbelly, a dwarf fighter. That's a chef as well that has some damn good meatloaf.
How's it going, everybody? It's Daniel, also known as Daniel the DM. I use he, him pronouns, and so does my character, John Smith, aka the Painter. And I just gotta say, it's great to be back. And it's only been a week since the last episode, and only a week. The power of recording. It's good to see you all.
I'm Molly. I use she, her pronouns, but my character Tint does not, because this is boys club. Tint uses he, him pronouns, and he has a level of exhaustion because he is a worn out college kid that thinks sleep can be replaced by energy drinks and showers can be replaced by deodorant.
I'm Taylor. I'm the other half of the So You Want to Be a Dungeon Master podcast with Justin, and I am playing Jaster Fixadet. I am the goblin hacker fixer guy. I go around and break into stuff. I don't know. Punchy boy. And yeah, it's totally been just a week, and this is I didn't do anything at all.
Time, yeah. Just normal in between session things.
Normal in between session things, yeah.
Well, before we get on too many tangents and succumb to too many technical issues, let's do a little recap. Last we left off, our heroes had taken out a series of undead assassins, and in doing so, prevented potentially one part of a plan set forth from Zusk Burgos and others. And they found some clues. They found a safety security deposit box key, and when they went to the bank, John the Painter Smith donned a incredible disguise, appearing as the Banshee with an entourage of friends along with her, got into the security deposit box, discovered a strange pamphlet for an upcoming Fae festival that is set to be held in Midling Park very soon, within the next day or two. And we also find some more information that eventually brings us to the greenhouse, a florist shop and greenhouse located on the Upper West Side of Sphinx City, where our heroes currently find themselves after discovering that something is amiss here. Not only does this strange small florist shop sell incredibly exotic ingredients and flowers and horticulture of all kinds, including even fruit, vegetables, but also they decide to take a closer look. Belkor turns invisible, goes deeper into the belly of the green beast, as it were, only to discover that the woman who is taking care of you in the front of office, sort of an employee there, was in the back talking to an individual, a Gith Yankee sort of looking gentleman wearing like a leather apron, some gardening tools, and was working back there, and pretty much said, there are people in the front who are asking questions, and they're asking about stuff they shouldn't be. And then around that time, you all receive a call from Ghost, or one of your contacts. It was Briar Darkclaw, the assassin friend and concierge at the super top secret assassin hotel, which we named. We named it
That place that's in our direct messages. Is it the Confidential?
Interconfidential.
Yeah, there we go.
And so we also heard from, you all received a crazy call from your concierge slash assassin colleague friend, Briar Darkclaw, who works at the Interconfidential, the assassin hotel where you're able to get safe lodging, especially under certain work conditions. But we find ourselves inside of the greenhouse, or rather, Belkor is inside of the greenhouse, as the rest of our heroes, including Twofer, the Steel Defender, dog slash rocket skateboard, are still in the storeroom area of the actual florist shop. And so Belkor, overhearing this conversation between this employee, who I will now deem Samantha, and this Gith Yankee, who you would have referred to her, or you would have heard her call him Nikki, and they're just like a little bit lower down in the actual garden area. As you enter through the doors into the actual greenhouse, your invisibility cloaking you. It is humid in here. You can almost hear like birds and bugs buzzing and stuff like that, pollinating all around. Water features in the center there, in that circular water pit, if you will. There is just one absolutely massive plant. It almost looks like a brain, and it has these like tentacle like vines that sort of reach out, that seem to twitch as you get closer, even with your invisibility, as if it just like senses your life presence. And Sam is talking to Nikki just a little bit south of that. So Belkor, first I'm going to ask you, what are you doing when you overhear that they are let's leave it at very suspicious of you all?
Okay, so I know that the plant is sensitive to even my presence, even though I'm not visually noticed.
Correct.
I think I'm just gonna go back and let everyone know they know we're here, or at least they know we're asking too many questions.
Are you so invisible as you tell us this?
Hey y'all!
Oh,
Yeah,
Tint's
might
like
as well
definitely
hold on to it.
Tint's like slumped against. Actually, it just got nearly killed by the giant Venus flytrap.
Oh yeah.
So he gets like the desk, eyeing it, half asleep. And as soon as you come out, it's like, what just happened? I was paying attention. So ready.
So yeah, we should either get ready or probably make ourselves scarce. Of course, you don't see my finger guns going, like, 'cause I'm invisible.
right. So, let's see here. I mean, we could just go in there and demand answers, since we know this is the right spot.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
they might be calling in for backup, so.
I mean,
Talk
that actually
first.
might be the best bet.
just try
Talk
not to
first,
kill
ask
him.
questions later.
Yeah, let's just try to move in there stealthy, I guess.
On it.
All right. I pull out my
Yeah.
gun.
Amazing.
Just pull out my gun, cock it, and I guess to say, split into 2 teams, and we'll take different sides.
All right.
I call John.
Fair enough. Me and Belkor go the other way.
Yeah. So I take it like we're
That's so
one
funny.
team's going down this way.
Yeah.
Are these little decks accessible to us from the inside? Like, are they like patios that we can kind of get out through those decks there?
The only way to get to the back
Uh-huh.
in a the most direct route, I suppose, would be for you guys to go this way and then down.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
Right, I guess should be right here.
Yeah. Okay, and then we just split off once we get down to the bottom.
How tall is this wall around the water?
Yeah, it's only like maybe a foot.
So Tint can hide behind it, but John cannot.
Yeah, even Tint would have a hard time. I mean, Tint would have to go prone
Yeah.
to like completely hide behind it. But
He's army crawling.
so knowing that Samantha, the front desk person, is talking to Nikki and is onto your guys' case, and you guys are aware that this is the gang organization, both for Belkor's sake. This is the Grey Gardeners who have been encroaching on the territory of the Silver Scales. That may also be pertinent to Tint as well, a new member.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, this is quite meaningful for John the Painter Smith, being that this gang is also responsible for hiring the Banshee who blew up a ice cream shop that had some sentimental value. And also Jaster's here just to kick some ass, probably.
Just to kick some ass, yeah.
Just to help his friends also kick some ass.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
And
Just
so,
be here.
knowing, I mean, what's the plan? Is the plan to go in stealthily? Are we just walking in and
Me and
making a
Belkor
ruckus?
everyone-
Or
first. We'll let Belkor get in the room,
Yeah.
invisible,
Mhm.
and then
Yes,
I'll
they're still
behind, as sneaky as I can.
okay?
Do y'all, what's y'all's stealth bonuses to stealth? I have a +3.
I've got a 5.
I got a +4.
Mm. I got a tool.
Okay. I mean, I can cause a distraction and get all the attention on me, and maybe that can give y'all advantage.
What if?
I don't know that we
He-
really need it. You know?
What if? Hear me out. We pretend like I got caught in the fly trap, even though I didn't, and maybe they'll both come
Huh.
running in here. You know, smaller area, easier to corner them.
Mm.
Please don't actually put me in the fly trap.
I mean, shoot, it would be an interesting distraction.
That,
Uh,
all right.
Oh my gosh! Think of the
Yeah,
lost.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we could do that. We're gonna lose the element of surprise, though,
Unless
because if they come in here, they're
we're
gonna
on
have their
each
guard
like
up.
little corner side, like someone standing here, where I am.
Yeah, but even just the act of us going into their or calling them back, they're already on to us,
Hmm.
Yeah, and
you know?
I only have spells that blow shit up, so
Right.
So you don't want to be in close quarters. Got it.
no, I can be in close quarters. That's no problem.
DQC.
I mean, hey, we could just stealth in, do some
Yeah.
opening
Yeah.
attacks and just beat them into submission. Do it the old-fashioned ways, like
Do it the old-fashioned way.
Do it the
that's what
old-fashioned
I'm
way.
here for.
the D&D special, the stealth until you get caught,
Mhm.
Skyrim tactic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Incredible.
What was that noise?
You know what? Been a great tactic in
The
my
old-
Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough.
Exactly, the old Dishonored two-step.
Dishonored Tuesday. Oh, okay. So Belkor's going in first because he's invisible and is gonna post up, as it were.
Yeah.
Incredible. Belkor, go ahead and give me a stealth check with advantage, and then everybody else can put themselves like where they're sort of chilling, waiting for Belkor to get into position, like If you're around the corner at the top of the stairs, kind of like
I'm gonna be
waiting,
right there, and
just in case
there
Belkor
a-
gets caught, because then it's roll for initiative.
right.
Is
I
there
doubt
a
I'm
door
gonna
at the top of the stairs, or can they see right up the stairs?
Nah, yeah, it's just open.
Oh, okay. Tim's
Yeah,
not
Open,
gonna.
no guardrails, huge hazard.
Then John's gonna hang right here by the corner and kind of, well, no, right there. Just kind of doing that, poking his head around the corner, kind of Splinter Cell style.
Mhm.
Belkor, was that a 5 I was seeing with
That was
your
a
fingers?
23.
A 23. So both
What
yes
is, what
and
is it, like
no.
boom, boom, and 3 or something? Or
Amazing. 23 will do it, my friend. So yeah, feel free to put yourself anywhere on this this first part of the greenhouse.
All right. I guess I'll.
Yeah, it's up to you. You can get, I think as long as you're not standing right next to them, you're good to go.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, about right there, just so that I can still have some sort of cover, but not like stand in one place, I guess.
Yeah, you got to get in the tall grass.
Yeah.
It makes the screen go gray and white, and then you're stuck.
Shorts are the best.
Amazing. Okay, cool. Who else
Okay.
is moving into position
I
stealthily?
will move next.
Roger that. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
All right, this die was very hot or cold for me the other night. Let's see.
Oh no.
Tepid. Room temperature, some would say.
No, it's not great. It's a 10.
It's 10. Okay.
10 total.
Roll initiative.
Jaster, I'm gonna allow you to put yourself 15 feet from the bottom of the stairs, wherever you want.
Can I roll for Twofer as well, or can he stay with me?
Twofer will just stay with you. We'll just keep it
Okay.
simple. You guys are next to each other.
Best buds.
Always and forever. Okay, incredible. Belkor, invisible, sneak into position. You're crouching behind an absolutely massive green-leafed plant that looks like it's from the prehistoric era. And Jaster, you follow behind, hoping that Belkor gets into position, not sure that he made it or where he set up at this very moment, but you enter in, and as you enter in, the thing that's working against you is that it is as if it is bright skylight out here. You're expecting a greenhouse that has some sort of glass or plastic covering that will at least refract some of the light. If not, obviously it traps in the heat and everything, but it won't be. No. It is beams of light cast down on you. There are zero shadows, despite how this map may look. Makes it seem like there are windows that's casting through, but regardless. And you're a little bit out in the open when you enter out. These plants are huge and massive, but they sprawl more horizontally rather than vertically for the most part. And so there's not a ton of cover behind everything. And as you're walking down the stairs, Twofer behind you. Twofer misses the bottom stair and just tumbles just enough. The gears kind of short circuit and sort of bumps into you, and you make a little sound. And at that moment, Samantha, holding a dirt covered trowel, sharp as a fang, in her hand, wearing overalls, half-orc woman, and Nikki Nightshade, a Githyanki. Nikki Nightshade, a Githyanki gangster, also wearing like gardening clothes, turns and sees you. And as he holds a hand out to you and sort of points it at you, you see these strange tattoos that go from his wrist up his arm that light up bright green as he goes, "Wait a minute! You're not allowed back here, you frickin' trespasser, you!" And with that,
Sorry, I'm just looking for the bathroom.
"Now you're gonna die with a full bladder, motherfucker!" Roll for initiative, everybody.
You have the worst luck with stairs.
Yeah, they're really not my strong suit.
Very true.
Guys, I have like no spell slots.
Yeah, I forgot. I used some big ones on us getting into
Oh yeah, you did.
sneaking in there. I used a 3rd level. I think one first level. Nothing crazy,
Mine's-
but like, give them back.
Mine's just still from the graveyard fight.
Way to commit, Molly.
That's what my character would do.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember, Wizarding 101, cantrips save lives, okay? Cantrips save lives, all right? They are your life jacket, your first line of defense, your second line of offense. Cantrips save lives.
Wait, does this just have the same speed as me?
Okay.
Interesting.
What, your companion? Your pet?
Uh-huh.
Oh, y'all about to start
Buddy,
Naruto
old boy.
running all over the place.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you about to do some wolf fang fist on him?
Yeah, hell
Let's do a
yeah.
little bit of
With
wolf fang.
the twin fang?
A little bit of consecutive normal punches. Okay. Whoa, baby. We have a lot of people in initiative because there's more than meets the eye in this greenhouse. It's not just Nikki and Sam here. That would be crazy. And no shenanigans. And that's not my style. So, Nikki Nightshade goes first in initiative. And as you see these vine-shaped tattoos on his forearms light up with green flames, you see some of the plants around us begin to morph and almost come alive as not many of you actually, it's really just Jaster and Belkor. Your eyes begin to sting a little bit. And if anything, more than it is alarming, it is familiar. As
No.
you see
No!
you
God
see
damn it.
onion and garlic individuals pop up from the ground, like unburying themselves, and they
Oh,
wield
gee.
knives. And the center of the little water pool thing becomes this massive brain-like mushroom fungus with these tentacles that can lash out. And Nikki is going to... Oops, I have the wrong... Oh no, that's somebody else's circle that they're planning some shenaniganery.
Oh, my bad.
Nikki is going to... No, it's totally fair. Nikki Nightshade rushes forward, throws his hand, and the vines sort of begin to take shape out. They like start growing out of his arm into actual branches and vines. And they start to immediately like wither and splinter, and he shoots shards of wooden splinters in your direction,
How dare you.
Jaster.
You should try asking him not to.
First one misses, then that one, and the second one misses with higher than that one. And so that is Nikki's turn. It then goes to the Mulcher, who is this
Not Buddha.
massive
Boy.
mushroom in our center
Mulcher.
here.
Hardly even know her. All right. Going full character back to my like 19-year-old self.
It's going to be able to use one of its vines to try and hit Jaster,
Go
because it
for
doesn't know Belkor's there yet. Otherwise, it would absolutely go for Belkor. That will hit.
I'm gonna let it hit.
Okay. That is 15 points of damage.
I'm going to use my deflect attacks ability,
Okay.
and I'm going to reduce the damage.
Okay. Incredible. I also need when you're done with that, I need a strength saving throw.
For sure. Okay. Take away 14 of that damage.
Incredible.
So I take 1 hit point.
1 point of damage.
Don't you dare.
It'll use its second attack on Twofer.
Don't you dare.
No!
Does a 10 hit?
It does not.
Yeah, I didn't think so. But you see that this thing has good reach. It looks like it's
Okay.
not gonna be able to move a ton,
Mm-hmm.
but it's got freaking reach and some
All right.
other absolute ridiculous shenanigans. Now, it is the onions' turn first, which are going to be these purple faced looking ones, these ones that kind of look like red onions. Yeah, there's a
Mhm.
red one up there and this one that doesn't have a color. But it's their turn, the rapscallions.
What a name. I love the name.
I'm so scared, but it's so good.
I'm so scared, but they're adorable.
Those little onion cuties.
We're gonna make attacks on Jaster. All right, the first one hits.
I'm out of reactions.
Oh, that's true. You used it for the other one. Got it.
Yep.
8 piercing damage as it stabs you with a knife.
Ow.
Just picture a onion with feet and arms
Mhm.
holding
Realistic
a knife,
Cartoon.
like a steak knife
Yeah,
from a
I
kitchen.
have a question about the onion. Was it buried with the knife for this exact purpose?
Hard to say. Tint wasn't in the room.
Okay. I wasn't in the room. Just
So hard to say.
confused what the process is of burying a knife within your garden.
Yeah,
World may never know.
who's to say? They're always talking about nitrates and phosphates. Maybe
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
knife traits. Anyway, the other one with the red tag on it, I already rolled. Takes 2 attacks on Twofer, misses both times.
Thank God.
Misses both times. The highest being an 11. That is their turn.
Let's go.
We finally move on to a PC. Jaster, it is your turn.
Awesome.
And Twofer's turn.
J-Stacks.
Okay. How do I want to do this? I'm going to do a move here real quick. I know it's going to provoke an opportunity attack, but I want to move here. And I guess I can't move through them, so it'll be 5, 10. That's 15 feet to move there.
Okay.
And then I want to move 2 for here.
Okay, he does hit with his attack.
On me?
Yeah, it just has 1 point of damage. I rolled terrible. Rolled as
Awesome.
bad as you could roll. So yeah, they took the attack of opportunity on you. Hit, barely touched you. I do need... I'm not going to have Twofer do it because I don't see how it makes a ton of sense. So I just need it from Jaster. I need a Constitution saving throw at the start of your turn. I forgot to say this.
Oh, okay. 22.
Incredible. You managed to shrug off the tearful stench of these onions that are surrounding you.
Yikes. I'm going to have to take one more step, I think. So these 2 guys actually get opportunity attacks against me too.
Miss and a miss.
Cool. Twofer, light him up. And I'm going to cast Burning Hands from Twofer. He's got a
Sick.
flamethrower in his mouth, and he opens up and lights up all 3 of his guys.
Hell yes. Okay. Deck saves, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's
14.
go.
What's the dog doing?
Rapscallion red.
Casting spells.
Wasn't spells and shit.
Yes,
That's
spells.
succeed.
I just love the idea of a flamethrower in a dog's mouth.
Okay,
I
the
stole it off
garlic.
Dr. Monotream.
The garlic fails. Both of the rapscallions succeed.
It's 12 on a fail or 6 on a pass.
Incredible. It looks like these guys in particular aren't taking any extra damage for fire.
Okay.
There's a bajillion reasons probably why some plant monsters don't take fire damage, but others do.
Right.
But these ones do
I'm
not.
just using what I got.
No doubt. It was still solid.
All right.
to
And
know.
then I'm going to jump right back in the stuff and go after this rapscallion between me and Twofer.
Okay.
First attack is a 19 to hit. Probably
That'll
actually
do it.
30, 20.
Filthy. Disgusting.
Filthy and disgusting. And then second attack, haha, is a 17 to hit.
Also hits.
Hell yeah. 10 damage.
Still did a ton
And
of damage regardless.
That, as they say, is that.
Okay. With a intense turn, John, you can see at the bottom of the stairs that shit is going down. You see small onion creatures carrying knives. Once your character
peeks around the corner at least.
Right.
But that is your turn.
All right, old Johnny boy is let's see here. He's gonna go. Yeah, so he's gonna go 4 spaces over here, and then I'm gonna teleport with my bonus action using my racial teleport. I'm gonna go 30 feet. And so, like infamous Second Son, I turn into a cloud of embers and smoke, like chimney smoke, and then I reform 30 feet away.
Hell yeah.
And then as my action, I'm gonna cast a good old-fashioned fireball. You know, really, it just really gets the crowd going. So it's
It does. It surely does.
I'm just trying to pick
Give the people what
best
they want.
epicenter for it. That's gonna hit some friends. Let's chill out with that. Let's chill out. Let's chill with that. We're not playing an evoker anymore, right, kids? Yes, I'll do this and hit these 4 right here.
Incredible.
Normally, when I'm doing like focus fire of like scorching rays and stuff like that, it's coming out of my gun and I'm channeling all my magic through that. But instead, just a ball of red flame appears in my hand and I just throw it, and then it turns blue as it becomes even hotter, as I'm going to use my meta magic to enhance it so that every target has disadvantage on the saving throw.
Whoa.
And that is going to be a DC 16.
That's fails all around, buddy.
Oh boy, yeah.
Fails all around. It wasn't going well before you did the enhancement, I'll say, but
Do any of them resist fire?
let me double check here. No, none of them resist, but out of everyone that you've hit, no one is vulnerable to fire either, it would seem.
Gotcha.
On these plans.
No problem. That's going to be 25 points of fire damage.
Big hits. Big hits. You love to see it.
Okay, incredible.
And then I'll use the remainder of my movement to back it up. And that's
You
my
cast, John, you rush in and use your incredible teleport to move deeper into the battlefield and get this sort of off angle. And as you cast this fireball and its explosion ringing out, hitting 4 different targets, you do see that Samantha seems to just completely immolate, absolutely ash, dead instantly. Might have just been an employee who's down for the cause. Just totally.
Damn.
I'm
Very
sorry.
dry.
I thought you were stronger.
And
Like, we're in a bitch.
and
Melody.
the garlic is pretty fucked up. The big mushroom brain thing in the center of the mulcher takes all that damage and everything. Like I said, not resistant in any way. Chunky. You see it? It's almost as if it didn't do as like it's like, oh, okay, 25 damage. All right, got it. Still seems okay. And the same could be said about Nikki. Nikki sees this giant explosion and looks over at you, and you see a glint in his eye of recognition. And he goes, "Oh, look who it is, the painter. Well, listen, the boss is gonna be real pleased to see you."
I'm going to burn down your home too.
You better not. Because me and the bosses, we live here.
I
And
cock
he's my
gun.
best friend, and what of it? I love my boss, and he's the most handsome. You're gonna pay for that! And after that, would have been Sam's turn. Sam's dead. Tint, that is your turn.
All right. So Tint's going to start off with casting Kinetic Jaunt. So
Amazing.
magically empowering himself with dance-like steps. He's gonna do the dancing toothless drawing. Nose.
Amazing.
And I just have the like Mario Party like dun, 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 dun. As he just comes, dancing down the stairs. He's gonna stop a little way away though. He doesn't want to engage yet. And from his back pocket, he takes out a like test tube, obviously from the college lab. It says like Gollum University, like property of Gollum University on it. You can see that there's like a bit of some kind of green liquid in it, and he just shakes it really quick and then like grenade tosses it so that it lands in between these two. It's acid splash, so it's going to hit both of them, and they have to make a dex save. But it only hits those two. It's not a like area.
I gotcha. Okay, so we're hitting garlic red. That's a 15 to save.
My spell save is a 15.
And that's a 14 on the onion guy.
All right.
The rapscallion.
6 points of damage.
Takes that damage.
Sucks. And that's Chin's turn as he's just like running man in place. Running man in place.
Amazing.
Guys, I got my second win.
Belkor, you've been invisible this whole time, seeing chaos break out, fireballs be slown around. What would you like to do? It is your turn.
There has been a lot of fire this round.
I think so. The scent of just grilled rapscallions and garlics.
It smells really good in here.
No, I'm like,
smells really good
in Belkor's brain. He's like, oh my god, the recipes are flowing. What, like so many options, what to do.
Oh yeah.
And then,
delicious in dungeon.
Like it's like a slot machine where it's like, ching, 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 Julian.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm gonna go for this purple onion right here.
Amazing. Your first attack is with advantage because you are invisible.
26.
That'll absolutely hit.
Second attack. Well, that second attack's not hitting. That's a nat 1.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, still you got one. What are you attacking with?
I'm attacking with my cleaver.
Okay.
So it's the 2 attacks there, and then offhand the dagger.
Yes.
Oh, and that's a nat 20. We just turned it all
Hell
around.
yeah.
All right, so the nat 20 was with the dagger.
You'd love to see it.
All right, so I actually gained a feat in my last level up called Savage Attacker.
Enchanté.
Once per turn, when I hit a target with a weapon, I can roll the weapon's damage dice twice and use either roll against the target.
Well,
Yes, this is true.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much like rolling advantage with the dice.
Mm-hmm.
For the cleaver attack, that would be 10 damage. And then with the dagger, because it was a nat 20, I roll twice and just only add the modifier to the first roll, correct?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so that's 13 extra damage.
Belkor, describe how you take
yeah.
out this rapscallion.
My first hit, like, full on just bisect. And then I go in for the next one, but I miss. But as I miss, my dagger just comes in and just uppercuts. And it's like the anime style of just like, then all of a sudden just falls to quarters.
One layer
Hell yeah.
falls.
Yep.
Another
Yes.
layer falls.
Yes.
Another layer falls. And as it segments apart in front of you, I do need a Constitution saving throw as cutting this onion
that's
person in
right.
half perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All of this tearful stench wafts your way.
That is a 21.
A 21 will absolutely save.
Look at this guy.
I'm a chef.
There's definitely onions in that meatloaf.
Yeah.
Jaster, I actually also need a Constitution save from you because you're standing within 5 feet of it when this happens.
Dare you? That's okay. It's a 23.
A 23 also successful. That rapscallion is off the board.
Nice.
One onion guy to go. Okay. Anything else, Belkor? You're no longer invisible. You are. You still have all your movement. You're there. Okay, incredible. After your turn, it is the garlic guy's turns. So first they're going to use their taunting threat ability. So I need John and Jaster to make charisma saving throws as both of these garlic people look at you and go, "Yeah, you guys look like you put your socks on when they're wet. It's the vibes I'm getting from you."
I
How could you
rolled
say something so awful?
a natural 20 for a total of a 28.
That makes so much sense.
You save.
I think I just look back at him and I actually roar like a dragon.
Amazing.
I rolled an 11 for a 10.
Oh boy.
Damn, that hit deep in some childhood memory, didn't it?
You're Jaster, as this strange pointed insult hits you, and you remember a day when your socks got wet on your way to school. You stepped in a puddle, and everybody at school was making fun of how squeaky you sounded, and it was a whole thing, and it unlocked in this moment like a repressed memory, and you're gonna take 6 psychic damage.
Jesus.
And on your next turn, all attacks not made against this garlic guy are at disadvantage. I know you don't really care about that part, but that is what it does. And John, you take 3 points of psychic damage as you remember a time when your son's socks got wet and he was just cranky as a kid, and it was like, oh boy.
Making me upset remembering that.
And then they'll make their club attacks. John, let me check your resting AC here. That'll hit.
Oh, boy, yeah.
And Jaster, that'll miss. John, any shenanigans I should know about before I roll this damage? I can tell you, beats an 18.
Beats an 18. Let's see, what are my spell slots looking like? You know, why not? I'll spend one for a shield for a total of a 23 AC.
Okay. A 23 AC will make it miss because it was a 21. So incredible. It has this like gnarly looking club, like a root that it's pulled out of the ground that it tries to swing at the two of you, like, you know, each separately. And Jaster, you easily manage to miss, wiping a tear from your eye. It's the onions. I swear, it's the onions.
Put those there.
And my shield just, there is no visible shield. It's just the heat around me just gets warmer and warmer to the where it's like objects start getting way too heated.
Goes back to the top of initiative. Nikki's turn. Nikki is going to go here. I need everybody in front of Nikki.
Oh, no.
Yikes, ew.
Damn it.
Hold on. It's only a 15-foot cone. That changes everything. I thought it was way bigger. I just assumed it was going to be way bigger. And then I read it and it was like, 15-foot cone. It's like, all right, dog, that's actually not anything.
Memorial, I got this.
We're not going to do that. Yeah, let's just make some claw attacks against Belkor.
Size does matter.
Okay, Belkor, you are going to take 14 points of piercing or slashing damage, rather, as the hand with the tattoos, the green flames form into wooden vines that sort of elongate his fingers and form this like massive wooden claw over his hand as he rakes it against you, and is going to do 14 slashing damage. And as a dwarf, I know dwarves have resistant or like advantage on saving throws against being poisoned. Do you have resistant poison damage by chance?
I've got advantage against poison.
Okay, but no resistance to the damage type itself?
Defenses
Yeah, right in
and
front of me in defenses.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, incredible. Then the poison damage gets halved, so you only take 3 points of poison damage.
Oh.
So 14 plus 3, 17 total damage in that strike. And then the second strike, you manage to pull your cleaver out and parry at the last moment. And that is
Ironbelly, and I'm about to enter the pain zone.
that is Nikki Nightshade's turn. Then we have our Mulcher here, and he'll make an attack against John, who did a huge fireball against him. Let's just do both attacks against John, actually. That makes the most sense to me.
Oops.
And we still have that shield spell active.
So my AC is 23.
Both of those attacks miss.
Bitch.
After the Mulcher is the Rapscallion. There's only one. It is going to take an attack on... Here, it'll move up. And it'll take an attack on Tint.
No.
Twofer's going to use a reaction to make it at disadvantage.
Thanks, Twofer.
Incredible.
Thanks,
First
Twofer.
one hit.
Tint's still just dancing,
Okay.
doing some
It
shuffling.
does still hit. The lower was the 17 on the dice. And the higher was it was a nat 20 actually. So
Okay, that's so helpful.
we'll take it. Misses on the next one though.
He's just a child.
That's gonna be 6 points of piercing damage as he
All right.
stabs you with a knife.
And
And
walk away.
Tint, this onion creature with a knife jabs at you and just goes, yeah, stab. That's it. And after them, Jaster, that's your turn.
Awesome. All right. How is that little guy doing?
The garlic guy right in front of you?
No, the purple one in front of Tint.
He's about bloodied.
Oh wait, he moved away from me. Should I get a opportunity attack against him?
I think you used
not.
your reaction, didn't you? To
Mm-mm,
deflect
not this
the
round.
missiles thing? Not missiles, but...
That
Oh,
was
yeah,
last-
then yes.
That was last turn.
Then yes.
Oh, I did
Uh,
pass my concentration saving throw.
Incredible.
I'm
I'm
It's a
still dancing.
stinky, dirty little 20.
Amazing. That hits.
So naughty.
7 damage.
7 damage. Roger that. Definitely bloodied.
Okay. And now I'm just gonna say Sick'em Boy to Twofer, and he's gonna move here, and Twofer is going to attack. Does a 13 hit?
13. Oh, let me check the Rapscallion. Misses, unfortunately.
Alrighty. Well, that's that. It's my bonus action. And then I guess I can't really attack anything other than this guy right in front of me. So I'm going to do that. Garlic Boy.
Okay.
15 to hit.
That'll hit.
Cool. Second attack. A lot more. 22.
Incredible.
I'm going to have my first attack. The damage.
Okay.
So I forgot that I had this. So 7 half to 4 and knock him prone. Just use it so my normal staff that I use is one of those like collapsible, like expandable things. I'm gonna kind of take it and bend it back a little bit and like snap it against his legs, pretty much. Like bend it, and rather than doing like
Like a
straight
door
attack-
stopper thing that
Like
cats
that.
go crazy
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah,
and
you
so-
sweep him.
cool.
He
just
fails.
make sure I
And he, I
crit
think he
on
was supposed to
that.
make
No,
a
I
save,
don't.
but I rolled already and he rolled terrible.
Okay.
So he is, that's not the right icon for that, but he is prone.
Sweet. That's totally cocked.
That's
Oh
fair.
yikes. So another 6 damage.
Okay, incredible. Another one bloodied. All right. So the garlic guy is currently prone, having been toppled over. The one in between Tint and Twofer is not looking great. Belkor face to face with Nikki Nightshade, who seems to have this strange wooden ability like from that X-Men. Oh man, the X-Men animated series. There was that character Spike. It's kind of like that, except very specifically, like everything looks very like wooden and splintery and just sharp. And there's a garlic guy right up in John's face, and then this Mulcher is just kind of lumbering around, has the ability to just fire forth these like tentacle roots that they're not even like shooting towards you over ground. It's almost like they're underground, and then like spikes that like shoot up from beneath you is how this giant mushroom is attacking. But after Jaster, John, that is your turn with Tint on deck.
Alrighty. So John is going to use his bonus action to activate his innate sorcery. His eyes become all dragon-like, yellowy red and whatnot. So with that, I have advantage on all spell attack rolls, and my spell save DC is now 17. So with that being said, I am going to move. Oh, I keep swapping between the wrong screens. I'm like, I'm clicking on the screen, it's not working, and that's Zoom. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And yeah, I'll take that attack of opportunity on me. That's fine.
Ooh, okay, that will hit. It's your turn again, so in theory you could shield if you wanted to, but
no.
Okay, then that will hit. That was good. Don't take the bait every time, because it would have hit even with shield. I'll be honest with you. It's a 19 on the die. With the garlic guys, unfortunately, I do need a strength saving throw when they hit. They both missed the last time that they hit with their clubs.
That is a 10.
A 10 would have knocked you prone.
Okay. Cool.
So you would have been knocked prone just as you were leaving his
okay, so I'm here instead.
area of opportunity. Yeah. 1, 2, you move 10 feet so
and it'd
far.
take all my movement to get up.
It would take half of your movement. So you have 5 more feet, essentially.
5 more feet. Okay.
Yeah, if you want
so
it. That's up to
then,
you.
yeah, I'll move there,
Might as well.
and then what was the damage on the attack?
7.
Okay.
Bludgeoning.
Gotcha. And then I will cast Wall of Fire
Sick.
facing away from me. About there. Is there a way to get the big one? Would the big one be hitting that? Because he's kind of in like a weird.
If we weren't beholden to literal grids, you would be able to angle this.
Gotcha. So yeah, then I'll
Could use
cast
a hexagon.
Wall of Fire, and then I will use another heightened spell, so everyone has disadvantage.
Incredible. They already I've been rolling them quickly just to save time. They already failed except for the mulcher. Actually, no, because your DC went up, didn't it?
17 now.
Yeah, they all failed regardless. But
Neat.
technically, your character wouldn't know that, so you do spend the points to heighten the spell. Nonetheless,
That's okay.
they all fail regardless.
That's going to be 41 points of fire damage.
Shitballs. All right, well, Garlicle's toast. We know this. We know this. We feel confident about this. Garlicle is toast. And let me bring him back. John, I'm going to give you a huge bonus on this one. I'm going to lower the DC by 4. But technically, you are inside the thing. So as the garlic guy gets roasted, I need a Constitution saving throw to not succumb to the tearful stench.
It smells so good.
So instead of its normal DC, it's 4 lower. So just don't fuck this up.
We go for some mushroom burgers.
No
What
promises.
a sweet DM.
This is like, you know how that works with like the circles, and it's like not
That's
even an
a
eighth of the square is taken. You're like
16 on the
technically,
saving throw.
16
It
will
gets your
save.
big toe.
What was the normal DC?
15. I just lowered it
Okay.
to 11, just to be like, you're barely touching it. It feels like a dick move to hold you to this, but okay. Wall of fire erupts through the flames, just barely shadows being cast across them as Nikki finds himself well within the wall of fire, currently being burned. Belkor warmly on the other side, feeling it. It is, I will say, Belkor,
Hosting.
it is like reminding you of like ancient dwarven cooking, like being by an open hearth and cooking over an open fire and like burning your fingerprints off because of how hot it is. And like that chef ability to like touch hot things for quick amount of times, like just turning over a tortilla with your hands.
Like putting like hand directly into grease, just like, it's not hot enough. Let me
exactly like that. Amazing. John, anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, Tint, that is your turn. Belkor, you're on deck.
So Tint's going to, because he can, he's going to moonwalk his way through everyone, basically. Just for shits and giggles. Just a kinetic jaunt, moonwalking through everyone. And then right here, he is going to use his kobold draconic cry. So
I remember.
He lets out his cry at the enemies within 10 feet. So it is both this dude and the Yankee gangster.
Nikki Nightshade, who's secretly in love with his boss. I mean, I didn't say that.
Secretly. Yes, secretly. So until the start of my next turn, we all have advantage on attack rolls against these two.
Amazing.
I'm gonna
Huzzah.
move right there, so we're flanked. And I'm gonna take out my scalpel, which again says property of Gollum University.
Yep.
I'm gonna stab this onion.
Brilliant. They are. You have advantage for flanking also because they're prone, but either way.
Can it stack?
It does not stack. It is still just a normal advantage.
Damn it.
Is it an auto crit? Am I remembering that right?
No, they have to be unconscious or like paralyzed or something.
Gotcha.
I mean,
yeah.
Does a 23 hit?
It certainly does. It certainly does. Red garlic takes that hit.
This is actually like you know how you would look at like onion skins in a microscope and like this is like middle school, but this is how Tint goes about like peeling through. It's not like a stab, it's like trying to get like just a bit.
The most
but he's
intense,
still going to do
cross section, like Godfather making garlic pasta in prison with a razor blade.
It's gonna take 5 points of damage.
5 points to the red garlic, just barely clinging on to life.
And that's Tint's turn.
Amazing. Belkor, you are up.
All right. So, Nikki is burning in front of me, correct?
That is true. Nikki is currently burning. But he will no longer be burning as soon as he moves out of that orange line.
Unless someone was to keep him
grapple.
Unless,
I cast grapple.
I cast grapple at 9th level.
Yeah, I'm gonna grapple.
We're only level 8.
Amazing. You have two attacks, right? Normally, so you can use one of those attacks to grapple.
Yes, I'm gonna.
So
do that.
go ahead and make an athletics check. It is no surprise that Nikki Nightshade is not strong, but he is dexterous, so he will try and acrobatics his way out of this.
Sorry, math. 19.
Good. Ooh, I thought I did good with a 17. Okay. 19 beats it. So yeah, you have Nikki Nightshade flipping grapple, dude.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna take my
team dynamic.
like just take my cleaver and attack.
Dirty little duo.
Amazing. Are you like
flames?
Frying pan
Belkor,
combo.
are you holding him by like his clothing or like his shoulder or his throat? Like how are you holding him in the fire?
I want to say like with his clothing.
Okay. Incredible.
Just so that there's at least some insulation between my hand and the fire, I guess.
Yeah, it is
Do you not
starting to
just wear
burn your
oven
hands.
Yeah. So then,
I say, put him in the wok.
So I take my cleaver. Does a 22 hit?
22 does hit. Absolutely.
All right, cool.
Yay.
And so that Bitch.
Now, since I am grappling him with, I guess, my offhand, technically, I can't attack with my dagger, or still can I?
If you
Nah,
want to
I'm
use your
gonna-
bonus action to make another attack, I'm down for that. Unless you want to use your bonus action for something else.
I might use it for something else.
Totally fine.
Or
Hold the sword in your teeth.
Go straight Zoro.
Zoro style. Well, if
Can
anything,
you
I'm at
also
least
hold
gonna,
a flamethrower in your mouth? Cooper.
I mean,
Heartburn
I do have
attack.
fire bolt.
Hey, get crazy.
Add more
Drop your
fire
weapon.
to the fire.
Get crazy.
But
Drop
I'm
your
at least
weapon.
gonna roll the damage for the
Go for the nut shot.
Still an unarmed strike. Kick him in the nuts.
Oh god. It's like freaking table.
Yeah, just
you
like
know,
that.
sometimes you just
Yeah.
gotta, with the classics.
It's okay when the hero
Oh,
does it.
fix it.
It is.
Alright, damage on the cleaver at least. There's the number I'm looking for. That's max damage at 13 damage.
Incredible. Definitely. Even with the wall of fire before Belkor's attack, Nikki and the Mulcher look bloodied.
Oh, yeah.
Nikki and the Mulcher sounds like a band name.
The Vulture, or it's like a freaking talk show radio.
Yeah, yeah, like a
Nikki
morning-
and the
Nikki
Water
Nightshade
style
and the
going.
Mulcher.
All right,
Um,
rename your podcast.
Yeah.
Never. We just had
Oh,
Oh,
merch
it's
made.
gonna
I
hit on the
refuse.
SEOs.
You said I could attack again as a
With a
bonus
bonus action, yeah. If you want to attack with your dagger,
All right, yeah, I'll do that.
all right, go for it.
Yeah, that.
Add
Right out.
advantage.
Oh my god, that doesn't even go in. There we go. He said add advantage.
Mhm.
Yeah, because of the
Add advantage because Nikki
Because
is
of the
scared of the
crash.
small kobold.
is that a 19 or a 20?
That is a 20.
The
And
small
thank you for
shuffling
reminding me,
kobold.
by the way. I
Incredible.
forgot if I roll a freaking 19, I can. It's also a.
Yeah, champion.
Let's
please.
go.
So yeah,
hell
that
yeah.
was a 20 on
Damn.
the die.
Okay, keep doing
So-
damage to this guy.
If I can grab this. Those are so smooth, pointy. That's 10 other more damage.
10 other damage. That will make that he's hurt. He's hurt bad. He's hurt bad. And does he take the fire damage at the start of his turn, Daniel, or the end of his turn? Does
End of
Nikki
his
get
turn.
another
So
turn?
He,
Thank
he
God.
has
Okay.
one chance to turn it. He's got to get
All
out
good.
of there before the end of his
Nah, let's go up in a blaze of glory. Let's just do a huge damage attack and go out in a blaze of glory anyway. After Belkor's turn. Amazing. It is the garlic guy's turn. He'll get up from prone. Let's go ahead and take 2 attacks on Tint.
Oh.
Not 1. And that's not great either. You missed.
It's really hard to hit a shuffling kobold who is also singing.
It is. You stop party rock antheming. It is like a Six
Ow.
Flags adventure, like a commercial. You're dancing like that crazy old man. Remember those commercials?
No, I'm way too young for that.
I was just born
That
yesterday.
tracks.
But my mom knows those.
And that's his turn, which is crazy. So that brings us back to the top at Nikki Nightshade's turn. But before we continue there, I think this is a solid time for a little bit of a break. We'll head over to our sponsors and our incredibly legitimate and very real sponsorships that we have available for us. So many different people have sponsored us.
Mhm.
Taylor, I mean, just to name a few.
Yeah,
TikTok.
I'm not.
No, I'm just kidding. That was a new one. If I just threw a new one in the game, it was like,
Tic Tacs?
thank you so much, Tic Tacs.
God
Aw.
damn it, Justin.
Anyway, we'll be back and
All
see you
right.
then.
I have DM dysfunction. I have DM dysfunction. I have DM dysfunction. A recent study published by the Bardic College of Lore claims that 69% of dungeon masters suffer from DM dysfunction, or DMD. This condition has more facets than your favorite polyhedral. Some have reported burnout, writer's block, issues with balance, or inner party problems. At So You Want to Be a DM, it's our mission to not only fight the monster-like symptoms of DM dysfunction, but to treat the very cause of it. To do this, we implement auditory technology in the form of the podcast So You Want to Be a Dungeon Master. By listening to the tips and tricks provided by Justin and Taylor, DM dysfunction can become a thing of the past. I've been a listener of the podcast for over 4 months now, and I don't have to worry about DM dysfunction anymore. And I just DM'd my first homebrew world, and I didn't have to worry about DM dysfunction. With all the So You Want to Be a Dungeon Master content that I consume, I'll never have to worry about DM dysfunction ever again. And neither will you. Check out So You Want to Be a Dungeon Master.
You can talk to your doctor today, or you can find So You Want to Be a Dungeon Master anywhere you find podcasts. Listening to too many episodes in a row can cause excessive imagination, lucid dreaming, lactose intolerance, and character death. Sorry, not death. Character depth.
And remember, you don't want DMD, you want D&D.
Has your dungeon master ever said no to your shenanigans during a game? Well, with Galliani and Hellstrom, they can't do that. If your DM denies your fever dream interpretation of the rules, then you're gonna want Galliani and Hellstrom in your corner. So just email us at soyouwannabeadm@gmail.com, or you can search for So You Wanna Be a Dungeon Master anywhere you find your podcasts. And remember, if you're not having fun playing D&D, something's, wrong.
Hello, students, and welcome back to another semester here at Mythos University. This is your dean, the mighty Zeus. I speak for the entire faculty and staff when I say we are thrilled to kickstart another year of academics, athletics, and ambition. Here at Mythos, we want you to explore your passions, test your limits, and fulfill your destinies. Whether you're a gifted athlete with God-given talents hitting the gym, or you're hitting the books and racking up A's, or maybe you're rubbing elbows at the next rager on Greek Row. No matter what, you're welcome here. So You Want to Be a DM presents Mythos University.
Hey, gang, and we're back. And the gang's all here. Last we left off, we're in the middle of pitched combat inside of the greenhouse, where a bunch of plant and fungus monsters, most of them rapscallion and garlic-based, are attacking our friends alongside Nikki Nightshade. There also was a clerk, gardener who worked here named Samantha. She was bad. She knew what they were up to and stuff, but had no special combat abilities of her own.
She got
commoner
fired?
stats. Ooh, too soon. Too soon. After this, there's gonna be billboards outside of the greenhouse saying "Fire sale! Everything must go."
No, really, there was a fire.
And with that, we start back at the top of combat, where we have a grappled Nikki Nightshade trapped inside of a wall of fire, unable to move unless they use their whole turn to do this, or I invent a teleport ability, which would be unfair. So that's not going to happen.
Or they go gaseous form.
They go gaseous
could've.
form. All my
You
monsters are
could
gaseous
have
form.
and just not have told us.
Melt
No,
with
I know.
stone.
We don't know what the
I
stat
know. I knew I wasn't going to do it, so that's why I made the joke. If I was going to do it for real, I wouldn't have made that joke.
Anyways,
So-
thunderstep.
And also sprinkler attack. all the sprinklers turn on. Fire is null and void.
Yo,
Um,
what's going on with the fire safety of this building? Are there no sprinklers?
It's a great question. It's a great question. You have to probably be asking yourselves. All your characters are probably wondering what's going on with the sprinkler system. Is it up to code? Is this an OSHA violation?
Not.
Or is it by
It's-
design? Who's to say? But we continue forth. Nikki Nightshade with his turn, grabbed by Belkor, the Butcher Ironbelly, held into the flames. Belkor's hand, flames beginning to lick up his arm. And Nikki Nightshade looks at you, Belkor, and says, "After this, you're probably going to try and take on my boss. Tell him I'm sorry."
Yeah.
And with that, as they're
no!
going to erupt into flames and essentially allow themselves at the end of their turn, they'll take, even if they save this saving throw, will probably take enough damage unless Daniel rolls terribly to take all this fire damage, is going to reach a hand forward and do a splinter spray. Belkor, I need a dexterity saving throw. And Belkor, what was that on the dex save?
12.
12 is a fail, unfortunately, as you are bombarded with lots of splinters, like a fire hose with wooden daggers
Little toothpicks. Ah!
flying out at you. You are going to take 30
10,000
points
needles.
of piercing damage.
Oh.
It's a lot of toothpicks.
It's a lot of toothpicks.
I have a question for the party.
Uh-huh.
Do we need him alive for
Not
questioning? Because I'm
Yeah.
asking before he ends his turn. I can drop concentration.
Not if his boss is here.
True. Also, we gotta cook that mushroom.
True.
Burgers. I've been craving mushroom burgers, especially with all this
All right.
onions and garlic and all that stuff.
I'm a persuasive guy, but all right, I'll let him burn.
Go ahead and roll the damage, John, for
So
the wall
a creature
of fire.
takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time, or ends its turn there. So it takes the 41 again.
Okay, yeah, it's toast. He makes the save, but
He's toast. Well,
So, yeah,
toast.
he's 41 halved. But yeah.
he is toast
I like
as
to
he
think like he just
erupts
incinerates
into
my
flames.
like all I have left is just a little singed part of his shirt.
Right.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
just a single tear kind of goes down Belkor's cheek, like, I'll let him know.
I'll let him know.
Not gonna lie, I actually did kind of have a like legit IRL tear kind of like well up. Like I'm like, he really did love his boss.
You really did. You really did. That is Nikki gone. It is the Mulcher's turn. The Mulcher does have a 10-foot speed, so we'll just go like this. And will, with 2 attacks, hit Twofer and Jaster.
Alrighty.
What's supposed to attack the dog?
First one towards Twofer.
Gonna get canceled.
Nat 1. This dice is crazy. Next one against Jaster. That, let me double check. Will hit.
I will let it hit.
Okay. I do need a strength saving throw.
Not great. It's a 10, baby.
10. You were grappled in place.
Okay.
So even though you're not right up on him, you're grappled
Okay.
where you stand. And you're going to take 11 points of piercing damage.
I'm going to reaction try to deflect this.
Okay, incredible.
Have I used my reaction this turn?
You did use it on the opportunity attack, I think.
So I can't do that.
Okay, so the 11 points.
Gotcha.
And you are grappled as spikes are popping out through the ground, like thorny protrusions off of the roots of this gargantuan plant. And Then it is the singular rapscallion who only has 2 to go after. 12 misses, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, both attacks miss.
Oh yeah.
G20s. Amazing. Jaster, that is your turn.
Okay. Now that I'm grappled, it kind of changes the math a little bit. I think I'm going to get Super to continue attacking that rapscallion. The 1. So 2 for misses, 2 for goes for the bite and totally misses.
Oh no.
And then I guess I'm just grappled, right? I'm gonna attack Red. First one's a 21. Second one, 13.
13 on the rapscallion will miss, unfortunately.
Okay. 7 damage to Red as
To
I
the
am all
Garlic guy?
wrapped up. Yeah, the garlic guy. Yeah.
Okay. 7.
I'm all wrapped up, but I'm still managing to
incredible.
get my staff around and just kind of like I've got it at the end and I'm just swinging it at his head.
Hell yeah. As you batter and bruise this garlic creature, I need Jaster and Tint to make Constitution saving throws as the strong pheromones of allium are released into the air.
So Tint does wear goggles. They are not
Amazing.
magical. He just wears like chemistry class goggles. Does that do
love it.
anything?
I'll give you advantage
Sweet.
because of the very specific effect that this has. And your token has
That
goggles
fateful
on it.
day in
That's
Hero
like-
Forge changed
Uh-huh.
everything.
Yeah.
I always said he wore goggles.
I got a 9.
What was the sorry
9.
con?
Yes, con save.
22.
22, you are fine. The smell can't penetrate this tight seal of the goggles, like swimming goggles that are too tight. But Jaster, unfortunately, you are blinded until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
That is Jaster's turn. John, you are up. On the other side of this wall of fire, you see a couple of creatures burn to death in its
Is the
fortitude
big-
structure.
Big Mushroom, is he hurt or he's still got a lot of life?
He's
going,
super
right?
hurt. No, he's bloodied.
Oh,
He's bloodied. He's not super hurt. Let me take that back. He is bloodied.
okay, cool. Okay,
Um,
okay. We'll get fancy then. So John just starts slow walking, and all of the flames that make up the wall of fire that's still up, it all comes back rushing to him as an orb of fire, and then electricity starts to build around it, and then it just shooting out of his hand, looking like a lightning bolt when it hits during a wildfire. I cast Witch Bolt on the big old munchy monster. That is going to be a 24 to hit.
That will hit.
Tight.
Oops. I got rid of the thing.
It's going to be 9 points of lightning damage.
And then pins of lightning damage.
And that ends my turn.
Okay, incredible. Ever closer to death. After John is Tint with Belkor on deck.
So Tint's still just kinetically jaunting, doing like some shuffling now. And he's going to take out another test tube of acid splash, give it a good shake, lob it over his head right onto Mushroom Dude. So
Hell
deck
yeah.
saving throw.
Incredible. What's your DC again?
15.
15. Solid. Here's the fun part. I rolled a 16.
You suck.
-2. Makes it a 14.
Just kidding. Justin, you're great. 3 points of acid damage.
Incredible.
And that's Tint's turn.
Okay. Amazing. Belkor, that is your turn. As you
All right.
pull away a neckerchief of ash and see As the wall of fire drops, being transformed into this electrical umbilical cord connecting John to the mulcher, you do see that Nikki Nightshade does leave behind some physical items like that he was holding. It's not like his entire person and everything he was holding turned to ash. But just so you know, there's stuff there.
I'll probably leave that until the end of the battle.
No doubt.
All right, so do the usual nice little slicing and dicing.
This piece of shiitake mushroom.
Does a 22 hit?
It absolutely does.
All right, and for the next one, how about an 18?
18 will also hit.
Cool, and then for the dagger, that's a nat 20 again.
Jesus Christ.
All right, so for the cleaver, 10 for the first cleaver attack. Yeah, it's another 10.
Okay.
And then for the dagger, that's 9 damage. And that included the crit.
Yeah, I mean, describe to us how Chef Belkor cuts apart this gigantic mushroom. I will say this to help your flavoring of how you do this. The mulcher does have a hidden stalk that it uses for pollination purposes and sporification and stuff like that. That's sort of hidden. But
a hidden stalk, you say?
yeah. Hidden stalk. It only comes out when it's trying to, propagate. I'm just reading the stat block. Bonus action, expose stalk. That's a real thing I'm reading. The mulcher exposes its central stalk above the ground until the end of its next turn.
That's what the kids are calling it now.
That's what they're calling it.
Wait, this is only the
central
freaking
stalk.
Yeah. Sometimes your characters would all know this. On the Sphinx subway, sometimes unfortunately you get an exposed stalk. Unfortunately, sometimes you see that.
The city.
The greatest city in the world.
The worst part is that sounds like something you see after you go, the city.
You like make eye contact with the tourist who's like horrified, and you're like, "Welcome to Sphinx City, buddy."
My first attack, I'm gonna be like a jumping. This thing is how high is this thing?
Oh, easily 15 feet high.
15 feet high.
Yeah, it wasn't when you came in. When it like sprung to life, it became that tall. At first, it was like 5 feet high, which is still incredibly high for like this plant. But yeah.
In that case, I do like a quick running, I guess. Well, I mean, it's 5 feet in front of me. A 5 foot kind of running, almost like up a wall kind of thing to first attack the cap.
Mm-hmm.
Cut it off just right off the top, and then coming down with the cleaver, slicing it down the center, and then out of the corner of my eye, I see the stalk and just
amazing. You completely.
I'm sorry. What do you do to the stalk?
Sometimes that's all a stalk deserves. And after Belkor's turn, Belkor, any other movement actually before I move on or anything?
I want to. Yeah. Okay. I'm actually going to. And then I just point to the rapscallion, and I just do like a.
Amazing. Well, it is the rapscallion's turn next. The rapscallion is going to. Oh boy. I think it's just going to make 2 attacks. Can't do a ton else. It will, just to spread it out, will make 1 attack on each Belkor and Twofer. I'll roll for Twofer first. That will absolutely hit. That's a nat 20.
How could you?
It's a dog, Justin.
It has a flamethrower and turns into a skateboard. I feel nothing. I feel
Gotta-
nothing. That's 13 points of piercing damage
Good God.
to Twofer, and then the next attack is on Belkor. Disadvantage or any shenanigans that I need to know about?
Yeah, definitely disadvantage. Yeah.
Just
You're going to
checking.
do 13 damage. You're rolling that at disadvantage, baby.
I rolled a 1 and a 2, so
Go.
technically the 1. And misses that next attack. Jaster, that is your turn. We're at a point here where there is only one rapscallion left.
Mhm.
So I'm going to just say,
Fireball.
gang, what are we doing with this guy? Are we capturing, or are we killing, or are we what?
I think we're just killing. I was just going to roll an attack against him from
No doubt.
from two for there.
And you
I
can.
think-
You
I think
certainly
we're just
can.
toast.
Might as well bang it out. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
pretty much at that inevitability place
Right.
of combat. This guy is
Um,
going to die. He just had his turn.
Yeah, it definitely hits, and it's
Incredible.
9 or 10.
Yeah, he only has 7 hit points left.
Cool.
Okay, yeah. Describe how Twofer retaliates.
This is going to sound wild.
What kind of breed of dog is that? Stab, stab.
Super's got like some electricity and stuff sparking out. And then like a go-go gadget arm thing comes out of his back, grabs the knife from the from the rapscallion, and he stabs him with his own knife.
Damn,
No, that's
Super,
fine.
that's cold.
And he dies. Amazing.
Incredible.
And with that, you guys have defeated everybody in this first part of the greenhouse.
Can I
John,
see
you would know
again?
that, or you would all know that based on what Nikki has been saying, there's obviously a boss. There's obviously the head
Who's
of
hot?
the head of the, apparently is handsome was the words that were
Handsome.
used.
My bad. My bad.
Words have power. And yeah, that obviously Nikki had immense feelings for this individual. And what would you all like to do in this moment? You
John's
would
gonna.
see that other than, sorry to cut you off, Daniel.
Oh, you're
Just to help flavor some things. Other than going back up through the actual like business area, the storefront, the actual like front from a laundering money standpoint also, the other way to continue deeper into the greenhouse would be to go in, according to the map, obviously, would be to go south. And there's like a small little gatehouse. Like, you know how when you go to a zoo and you go to like the reptile house, there's like a set of doors and then a little bit of an area and then another set of doors kind of thing.
Mhm.
It's like that. This little gatehouse on the bottom. That's how you would get deeper if you chose to do that. But okay. Now, what would you guys like to do?
I'd like
Gotcha.
to loot.
Nikki Nightshade?
I think I'm gonna go over there as well. Before you loot it, I'm gonna put 2 more shots in Mickey's head,
double tap.
even though he's dead.
Incredible.
Just as an extra, that's for burning down my ice cream shop.
Mhm.
Fair.
Hell yes.
Honestly.
The
Oh,
ash
and
just.
But yeah, I can help you investigate. I don't know what your investigation is. Mine's just a +1.
Mine's a +1 as well.
Yeah, you can
Well, I
both roll.
guess
Step
we'll
aside,
just both roll,
boys.
see what happens. We'll help you then.
I can come over with my +7.
There you go.
Well, I guess.
Actually,
Uh.
I moonwalk over. Like, hey guys, need some help?
Yeah, I kind of
Hopefully-
charred this guy.
It's okay. I'll still find something useful. Maybe not. A 16.
That was an advantage.
Not an advantage, but with a +7.
You can roll with
We could-
advantage.
you-
but
yeah, we
everyone's
could give
helping
you
you.
help action.
Oh, my bad. 21.
Nice.
Incredible. As you search Nikki Nightshade's body, you find probably the most damning thing on him, which is his cell phone.
I hand that off because I don't really care.
You see that the Jaster, as soon as you take it and just click the button just to power on the screen, you see that it looks like a photoshopped picture of the boss of the Grey Gardeners, Dom Infierno, with Nikki
Is he handsome?
Nightshade, and the two of them are sitting on the ground on a picnic basket in Midlake Park.
Aw, what have we
But it's
done?
photoshopped.
You can tell it's photoshopped.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, let's shop job on that.
Wait, how well is it photoshopped?
Well enough that Jasper didn't have to roll to see that it was photoshopped.
the term crudely
It's a
comes to
gimme.
mind.
Your passive internet knowledge is enough to know that this was photoshopped.
No, better yet, does my 85-year-old grandfather know that this is photoshopped?
Yeah, 100%. He would notice something's
Okay,
weird
cool.
about it.
See the
What is this,
outline
a
of,
collage?
Like, paint. It was supposed to be a PNG, but it's actually just a picture of a PNG.
It's not good.
He cut himself out, and there's still the old background. He didn't blend the backgrounds together.
Jaster, when you take it too and you see this photo, almost accidentally, you notice there's no passcode. It just opens.
Oh wow. Okay, cool. Awesome. I also want to just kind of, we don't have to RP it, but I'm going to take a few seconds to use mending and repair Twofer. So
Okay, yeah, go for it.
He's back.
Go for it.
But then
easy.
I will start, while I'm kind of like doing that, I'm just kind of like casting, like I've got my hand out facing Twofer, and it's kind of casting mending. And then with my other hand, I'm scrolling through the phone to see what I can find on it.
Amazing.
How many Photoshop pictures?
So many.
There's a whole
So
folder.
This is like,
The folder's called Do Not Open. And that's the first place you go to thinking like, here's where the incriminating evidence is. And it's not that. It's just creepy photoshops of the two of them together. Sometimes it's just like romance movie posters. And it's just their heads like photoshopped on. Like you see the movie poster to, this is such a deep cut, the Matthew McConaughey movie with Sarah Jessica Parker, Failure to Launch. And it's just Dom Infierno as Matthew McConaughey and Nikki Nightshade as Sarah Jessica Parker in the movie. And right away you're like, well, that's not it.
All right.
He's clearly not a smart guy. Let's just check straight up his text messages.
Yeah.
And you go there. With everybody's help, I'm not going to have you guys roll another investigation check. You find two texts that truly stand out, that seem like the most important. The first one you see is a text with Dom Infierno, the boss of the Grey Gardeners, and it is about the Banshee in regards of a plan to raise an army of undead. It refers to it as the backup plan.
Also sounds like a rom-com.
The undead army is the backup plan?
That's what you pick up from it, yes.
Okay.
The other text that you find is actually a deleted text. You find a number that, based on the name in the phone and like the little heart emojis that are next to it, it could be like an X or something like that. And there's a deleted message that Nikki had sent this person fairly recently, like probably like yesterday or today. It's a little cryptic because nothing before it gives it any context. It kind of, this message feels like emotional wise, like comes out of nowhere. Like it's a lot of like, I miss you. I hope you're doing well. Like just normal X shitty weird behavior of like getting drunk and being like, I still think about you. Like uncalled for, not warranted, unsolicited, unrequited love. And then randomly there's a text that just says, get out of Sphinx City. They're coming soon and no one is safe.
Wait, that's from the X or to the X?
To the X. from Nikki Nightshade.
Okay.
Get out of Sphinx
Damn.
City. They're coming soon, and no one is safe. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point.
So
Do we have the name of the X?
Is-
the text message?
Sure. Let's say it is Angela. It's one of my college exes. Why not?
this is a really dumb joke, but so is there a K in front of the no one? So
Thank
like,
you.
no,
Okay, I was
it's
about to
safe.
ask.
No,
like,
that's
we're
a solid
good.
ask. There's not.
Okay.
There is not. It doesn't look like he's referencing that.
Fair. Okay.
No, that's a super fair question. I'm going to say with that 21 tint, another thing that you find also in your investigation check on Nikki Nightshade's body, you also find 8 tickets to the Fae Festival.
I hold them up. I hope you guys didn't buy tickets yet, because waste of money. But if you guys did, don't worry. I definitely have friends that'll take these. And I bet my mom would drive. I mean, we could take the motorcycle.
Right.
Your
I
motorcycle?
also have a car. 6 of them.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But my mom's van has one of those DVD players in the back, and we hooked my Xbox up to it. So
Oh yeah.
don't know if you have that.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to check the other body.
Sam's?
Yeah, let's check Sam's.
Yeah, you find a wallet. It looks like Sam was an organ donor.
Whoops.
There's like
Hey, we're in luck.
15, 20 bucks in her wallet. You find an expired coupon for frozen yogurt. There was a punch card to a sub place that she was 2 punches away from getting a free medium beverage. And
Oh, take
it's-
that.
and yeah, she has a garden trowel on her that you could use as a dagger. That's kind of it on her body. Yeah.
Yeah, then I'll just leave and try to check out the other upstairs area real quick.
Okay. Yeah. You rush around the upstairs area, looking back into the storefront around all of the rooms and stuff like that. Just go ahead and give me, unless you're looking for anything super specific, I would just say a general investigation check. Like, unless there's a flavor to what you're looking for. Like, if you're looking for magical stuff, then it could be Arcana.
No, not with
or
these
something.
stats. There's nothing magical I'm looking for. Hey, 16.
16. It looks like most of this stuff, I mean, you can find enough financial records to find out proof that the numbers don't match up and that there's some money laundering going on here.
Ooh.
But this all looks like the business side of things. Like, this is the florists. There's not a ton in here that relates to the gang side of things.
Well, can I actually try to look for something more personal and try to see if he was using the business to try to send flowers to the boss and to like try to find an address? Like something he definitely was not supposed to be doing, like trying to send gifts.
Oh,
to
see if Nikki
company or
Nightshade
something.
was trying to send flowers
was
to
trying
the
to
boss
send
or something like
was
that.
trying to
Yeah,
send
yeah, I
something that
see
they
what you
weren't
mean.
supposed to, or like see an address that pops up a lot that it keeps reoccurring. That's not like a typical business or something like that.
Because we'll just use the same, like 16. You eventually find a couple invoices for bouquets of what are called torch roses. They're roses that have a bioluminescence. They're orange, red, and yellow, and sort of give this illusion in the dark as if they are on fire. That you're holding like a bouquet of torches, but it's really just flowers that glow a little bit. And the invoices have like the costs deducted in such a way that you can tell it's like an employee buying it for another employee, or like an employee discount situation kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have any other address other than this business.
Okay.
Yeah, and you recall back to in the combat, as dumb as Nikki Nightshade is, he shouted out loud one time during the fight that he and the boss live here.
Forced proximity, and it didn't lead to love.
Their rom-com was unfinished.
It was.
Got cut short.
They were still in that, like, that first, like, they had their meet cute, but they hadn't gotten to the relationship yet.
Exactly. They're still giving each other advice on their significant others. They're in that phase.
Those late nights trimming bushes together, it hadn't worked its magic yet.
They're trimming bushes.
Call
They're
it
exposing
nowadays.
stalks. They're doing a whole lot of stuff.
Speaking of bushes and stalks, can Tint
Birds
look
and bees.
around? Has Tint had the birds and the bees talk yet? I feel like his mom has tried, and he's like, la 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 la. But Tint would like to look around for any poisonous plants or anything that he could use in his experiments.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and make nature or survival
Nature.
or medicine.
Medicine's better. And he's rolling at disadvantage because he's very tired. Is it 10?
Yeah,
Yep.
you find a plant that you're like, that's definitely poisonous. Because there's a small sign next to it that says poison ivy.
All right. Is
Do you collect
Tint... Oh yeah, no, Tint's gonna try.
Amazing. Make a sleight of hand check.
At disadvantage. He's very tired. Oh no! Tint's got poison ivy, guys. That's a nat 1.
That one. Tint does have poison ivy. We're gonna homebrew a new condition for D&D right now called itchy. You're now itchy.
Oh no.
The worst part is it's on his hands.
Yeah. It's bad.
You gotta use gloves when you grab.
Go
He
over
doesn't
go over
think-
there. Go over there. There's gloves over there. Put them on. You're not getting in the car
Listen.
with your
Come
hands
on,
covered.
yeah.
He walks back with like the oven mitt gloves.
Amazing.
Guys, it's not helping.
Yeah, well, it's less for you
Uh,
and more for us.
Quick question, Jaster.
Yeah.
Can you trace a phone call?
I don't think that I can, but I think I probably know someone who could.
Okay.
What are the odds that the boss is just upstairs right now? Right?
I mean,
Isn't he?
or
Are we going
downstairs or whatever.
Down in
like,
the
Yeah.
reptile room.
in-
Well, there's only one way to find out.
yeah, I mean,
But let's just
alright.
keep that in mind just in case he's
Yeah.
not here.
Okay.
I have an idea.
I should be able to get my hand. Like, I should be able to
Okay.
find somebody that can do that.
Yeah, Jaster, you think Emmis could absolutely
Emmis,
chase
yeah,
a call. It would be
that's
all
what I was
too
like.
easy.
I was thinking Emmis. Could do
Unless
that,
they
yeah.
were equally proficient in technology and hacking and stuff,
Right.
it would be all too easy for him to do
I
that.
need to make it. I need to make a visit to Emmis anyway.
I think I'm also gonna look around like some of the vegetation just to see if I could possibly, I don't know, snag a couple like fruits or vegetables for my
Yeah.
kitchen.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make a nature check.
Oh my god, that's also a 10.
10. I'll say you do find some. Oh god, I'm just trying to think of the most absurd berry. Lingonberries.
Okay.
You find 15 lingonberries.
Exactly 15.
Not
Not
enough for a
16,
whole
Not 14.
jam, but maybe
it's just
a
it's just
chutney.
a tiny little bushel.
Yeah.
The actor kinda-
A small handheld pie of lingonberry is possible.
I mean, shoot, if I can make something out.
But that being said, do you all plan on going deeper into the greenhouse as things progress?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
I would like to. Can we count this as a short rest?
Depends how much time you guys are spending here. If you're spending a full hour looking around and checking things out
I would
and stuff
prefer
like
we
that.
didn't
Didn't?
spend a full
Okay.
hour.
Okay. Then do you mind
'Cause
if I use one of these greater healing potions? I think we've only got one left.
Then you've also
You
got my
d-
treats.
Oh, right.
Granted, it's only 3 temporary points, but it's something.
Yeah, I've already gone through
It's
them.
something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna convert 2 of my remaining sorcery points into a spell slot.
All right.
Incredible.
Greater
Yeah, any
is
prep things that you
20
guys can
HP.
bang out.
Yeah, I mean, I need a short rest as well, but I'm gonna
44
try to
plus
keep us
4.
pushing.
Okay. Yeah. No,
Alright.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna chug a healing potion though, for sure. I'm gonna
So-
use this other.
we're out of
Incredible.
our greater healing potions, right?
I think so. Yeah, I've used one. I
Okay.
think we still have 2 normal. We still have 2 normal.
Yeah, we have 2 common.
Mhm.
Okay. Tint's
Yeah,
not.
let's.
For Tint, it's not the hit point max. It's just. Soon you're just going to see him wielding a club, which is a broken microscope, but.
So I think we should
Forgot about the microscope.
make some stealth
Brooklyn.
checks and then try to head down.
Incredible. I love that.
Yeah.
So let's start with those stealth checks.
Mhm.
As you
Wonderful.
guys enter through this small, like, gated area, this small little antechamber that you enter into, and as you emerge, it almost feels like, I think, Belkor, and then Belkor would have a serious familiarity to this, and so would John, because John, you correct me if I'm wrong, but as an assassin, very well traveled, yes?
Yes.
Okay. The two of you would recognize this next part of the greenhouse as having a very heavy influence of Fey activity, which for Sphinx City homebrew lore style, Italian style to everything here. Remember, the Feywild is Italy, and thus Little Feywild, Little Italy, Fey Festival, Italian festival. But let me get those stealth checks as you enter this next part of the greenhouse.
I got 16.
Did we have advantage?
9.
9? I don't think so. I don't think anything was giving you advantage.
What would it take to get advantage?
Listen, it doesn't really matter.
What
Because with my
Enhanceability, I
disadvantage.
think, is one way. Blessing of the Trickster from a Trickster cleric.
Can't
There's a couple
sorcerers
Oh, yeah,
just
we got one
like
of those.
re-roll things because they're sorcerer?
Because they're that cool.
Because they're just breaking the rules.
With
It's
my-
a 1.
Nice. Good. Nice. All right. So it's
With my
like,
disadvantage, I
we-
rolled a 20 and a 3. So it's a 5.
damn. We've done away with the stealthy. We tried to be sneaky.
We've done away with the stealthy, and as I move us to the final map of this combat episode, you all find yourselves. Just imagine that you guys were, according to the previous map, heading south. Now you are heading north. So you guys enter into this like hedge mage area. It's not too hard if you guys truly wanted to climb over the hedges or anything. They're not that tall. They're just 5 feet tall. So for Tint, impossibly tall. But for the most part, not that hard to get over if you wanted to.
But someone could throw me.
You absolutely could be thrown. That is always an option. What I will say is with those failed stealth checks, all I'm going to do is put these 2 manure oozes in your path.
And
we roll for initiative
Gross. I hate it.
as 2 fertilizer manure monsters attack. And
Thanks, I hate it.
this part of the
Right.
greenhouse is incredibly warm, humid, but there's a strange, like a very specific small air current, like these pockets of air currents that are almost ice cold. Like when you're in like wading through water and you hit like an underwater current that's just really cold. It's kind of like that, but with the air that it cuts through the humidity, and it feels incredibly refreshing in that brisk moment. But it's hard to explain. until you maybe move further in and get a better look at what potentially is causing that. But let me, here's my little note card here, get those initiatives.
That's 9.
15.
Also a 9.
13.
13 for John. Okay.
We're doing so great, guys.
What the frick?
Get new dice.
All right.
Freaking eats, brother. What's up with these big old maps?
Big old maps, man. Big old
These
maps.
Big old maps.
Yeah.
He said, no. I don't want you getting there in one turn. Stop all that foolishness.
Someone throw me.
Fastball special coming in hot.
2, 7. Okay. Sick.
Oh, Dickens.
The manure monsters go first.
Literal pieces
Yeah, baby.
faster than us.
Yeah, baby.
Say, this is off to a shitty start.
These turd jugglers.
I don't like that they're kind of cute too.
Right? The little eyes.
They're cutie crap eyes.
All I can think of is the Great and Mighty Pooh from Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Okay, Tint. That is a 17 to hit.
No, it's not.
That is 6 points of poo damage as it makes a pseudopod like most oozes do and just slaps you in the face like an open
Shit
hand
slapped.
slap.
Get shit slapped, nerd.
I imagine
And-
like there's just like a streak of shit across his goggles.
It's not good.
Oh, no, I
It's
didn't
not
get into your
good.
poison ivy.
Smears!
The nastiest little
Oh
child.
no. Belkor, that is your turn with John on deck.
Alright. Am I able to just kind of get right here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna treat these like
Shimmy.
you don't have to stay on that path. Like the hedges are pretty like not that hard to get over. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay, so I could probably like go over here instead.
You can't
correct?
like just unless your character is taller than 5 feet, you can't easily see over them. But you can. I mean, they're not.
think
It's not
it's
impossible to
everything.
climb over a hedge. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the
Yeah.
day, it doesn't seem like the hedges themselves are like magical or there's vines inside that will keep you from climbing over them. It's not a
doesn't
big deal.
seem like
shimmy,
it.
Shimmy, shimmy. And I'm just gonna attack this little guy here, the red one. Nah, never mind. I was thinking about using the firebolt, but I don't know about that shit. Alright, so yeah,
You don't
cleaver.
know. You do smell some natural gases coming from this creature. Do you think fire could be a double-edged blade, as it were?
That's why I'm like, it would just be too easy. Does a 24 hit?
24 does hit easily, incredibly easily.
What about a nat 20?
Also, definitely hits. What is that? Number 4 of this section.
Get rid.
I've lost count.
And then for
Insane.
the dagger, I mean, I at this point, I can assume this thing's gonna get obliterated, but never know. So, dagger attack does a 20 hit, dirty 20.
Yes, easily. All
Alright.
3 attacks hit. On your first slashing attack, use your cleaver for that first attack.
Oh no!
The poop ooze separates into 2 pieces. And then on your second cleaver attack, doing slashing damage again, it separates again.
Oh no!
But every time it separates, it gets smaller.
It's
Look at
more
that
manageable.
tiny little.
For manageable dumps.
Yeah, when it splits up into segments, it becomes more manageable.
That's helpful.
Yeah.
So then, with my dagger attack.
So your dagger attack doesn't split it.
Okay. So
Yeah.
in that case, that's better. That is 9.
9. That's just the dagger?
Yep.
Okay, cool. How much did your hand axes do?
Oh, I didn't even.
They do damage. Yeah. They just also have this slashing attack effect, which is to split them.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So a total of 22.
Okay, incredible. So red takes a ton of damage, splits into smaller pieces and stuff like that. Every time it splits, getting even smaller, even smaller. So like green is half the size that red started at, but then orange is even like smaller than that. So they're all kind of cascading. It's a cascading poop waterfall is what we're talking about here. Manure's everywhere. It's a stinky combat.
Sounds like me after coffee in the morning.
Hashtag relatable.
Hashtag relatable. Oh my gosh. Amazing, Belkor. Anything else with your turn?
No, I think that's it.
Sounds good. John, that is your turn.
Oh boy, yeah. So I'm gonna run up behind Tint, put my hand on their shoulder, and say, "Channel your inner dragon." And I'm gonna cast Dragon's Breath on you. So now, as your action, you can cast a Dragon's Breath. That's a 15-foot cone that does 3d6 damage, and I'm gonna make the element cold damage. And
Frozen poops.
yes, and the DC for it is gonna be 16 for you.
Do I have to use it before your next turn, or can I?
No, I'm concentrating on this, so
Oh, okay.
you can use this whenever you want. I just thought it'd help you to save spell slots.
I appreciate that. Is it only one time I can use it?
No,
Or
as long as I'm concentrating. you
Oh,
can-
hell yeah!
I got you.
Oh.
I got you.
Dragon's Breath
Don't
is
worry.
nuts.
That's what we do around here. And then I'm going to go over this hedge. I'm over 6 feet, so I'm just like, gonna try to
you just kind of like
try to
hop
hop
it,
over.
like scissor over it.
Oh, a little jaunt.
here. But I will take one shot at the poo that's directly in front of Tent. And I
Okay.
will use a sorceress burst. So I shoot out, my little flaming bullet. But as it's traveling, it turns into ice and then just hits at the velocity of a bullet. That is a 19 on the die. So that's going to be a 28 to hit.
That'll hit.
Oh boy, yeah. That is 10 points of cold damage on the poo.
You cast this spell. Does Tint have to use their action to breathe fire?
Yes.
Or breathe cold, rather? Okay.
Mhm.
Awesome. Just checking.
Yeah, I'll just go.
John, as you get further in and sort of enter into this center area where things open up, immensely, you see a couple of things. First of all, there are a small handful perched and sort of wrapped around. They look very interesting. They're like plant spiders in the way that it is a large, almost like a large cabbage head, except it's a rose. And in the center where all those leaves that fold over each other in the bud of the rose, an eyeball is just in the center of that flower structure. And then the vines are serving as legs or tentacles, where it is like Doc Ock, like holding itself up and moving around much faster than a plant should. And it is like wrapped around these statues. So you see one on this like butterfly statue in sort of the center of the map, and there's one on this like angelic water statue. And they look intense, like pretty intense as far as flowers go. But past that, you see standing as if just waiting for you all is Dominic Infierno. There's some familiarity in his genealogy, if you will, his species, as this fire giant is standing 16, 17 feet tall with these weird ice blue. It almost has that effect that ice can get depending on how much oxygen is trapped into it and stuff like that, where it turns a bluish color, and it's like tattoos that go across his head and his arms that are exposed as he's wearing a sleeveless hoodie. And in his hands, he is holding a chainsaw.
Is he handsome?
He's pretty attractive. I mean, it depends on your
Okay.
personal vibes.
Fair.
He is bald with a bright red, robust beard and mustache combo.
Roll for
So if that's your flavor.
Huh.
Yeah.
I guess, is he conventionally attractive? Just to
He's
give us
pretty
an idea.
conventionally attractive. Yeah, it depends on if you like the rugged look.
Yeah.
Like if you're going for like a fairly mask
lumberjack.
presenting person.
Mhm. Okay. Good to know.
But yeah, if you like the sort of lumberjack sort of vibe, then yes, I would say so. That is John's turn. It is now the Doom Creeper's turn. As John, you see these flowers that look like spiders begin to crawl off of their statuesque perches and sort of clinging to anything that they can, continue to climb over in your direction. It's too far away from you, John, to slash out with its thorn-covered tentacles. But you see that in the center of the eyeball begins to glow purple as a beam of purple energy shoots forward from the center of the eyeball inside of this rose. And it hits you. And first, I just need you to roll a d4 to see which effect takes place.
I got a 3.
A 3. I need a wisdom saving throw, my man.
That is a 19 on the die plus 1 for a dirty 20.
Incredible. You definitely wanted to save on this one as it uses its slowing beam and attempts to essentially cast slow on you. But it doesn't affect you. You feel the effect slowly as your muscles contract and you feel yourself sort of slowing down and magic getting a slightly more difficult to reach to. But you manage to shrug it off, no problem. And the other simply can't get far enough. I'll say it's going to use its dash. So yeah, you see that these flowers mean business. They have this long range, pretty intense beam attacks. And up close doesn't look too fun either. That is that. Jaster with Tint on deck.
Alrighty. So is it difficult terrain or anything to pass through these hedges or no?
Nah.
Nah. Alright, cool.
Nah.
Then I'm gonna go here.
Cool.
And I'm gonna bring
I imagine you sort of like
Twofer with
Naruto running on rooftops. Just like jump onto the top of the hedge, run along the wall of it, catapult yourself onto the other side.
do like a sweet backflip, land right in the middle of all the poos. And I'm going to.
You're in the shit now, brother.
I'm in the shit now. I'm going to activate my arms of the astral self, and so I need all green, red, and blue to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, Dex is their weakness because they are poop.
It is a 13.
Okay, which means I need to roll a 16. Oh shit, green saves.
So red and blue are going to take 9 damage.
And blue, and what kind of damage is this?
Force.
Force, incredible. That takes red out because they had so much little health because of splitting.
Did you just like explode shit in our face with that?
Unfortunately, I believe I did.
It slimed me.
I've been slimed.
Wipe it off the goggles.
Yeah, as you your astral arms appear in this way and burst out, you just hear it's just a poop monster is destroyed. And anything else, Jaster?
Yeah, I will now take my action.
Hell yeah.
And I will attack. Fuck.
That one. That
That's
one
okay.
will do
I have
it,
a second attack.
unfortunately.
I have a second attack. Second attack. 2 of these now. That's a lot better. That's a 22.
That'll do it.
6 bludgeoning damage.
6 bludgeoning will do it.
Nice.
Another poop monster down. Amazing.
I try to hit it from at such an angle that it kind of goes into the hedge rather than at my friends, like more of an uppercut than a full swipe.
You learned from the first one. Yeah, absolutely. And after Jaster, that is Tint.
All right. So is it difficult terrain for Tint to climb these hedges?
No,
As
I'm
he
not
is
gonna.
small?
I think you could climb through them pretty easily. You could find little gaps.
He bolts through. He's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And it's
Okay.
not. It's close enough for his breath weapon. Oh, no, it is. Wait, is that? Oh, no. So close, Dent.
30 foot.
You can always
He's
hold your action.
gonna. Yeah, he's gonna hold his. He's gonna huff and he's gonna puff, and he's gonna hold his breath action until one of the flowers gets within his 15-foot cone or 30-foot cone, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's 15 foot. It's 15.
Oh,
Sorry,
let me do.
I have it up right. It's Dragon's Breath, a 15-foot cone. Yeah, once one of these flowers comes within 15 feet of him, he's gonna unleash this breath weapon.
Hell yeah. Amazing.
And that's his turn.
Okay. Amazing. After Tint, we go to Dom Inferno.
What's he holding?
Chainsaw.
A chainsaw that's on fire.
Doom style.
Wonderful.
He's a badass. There's no big deal.
What?
He holds this chainsaw towards the two of you like a mini gun. The way that he's holding it, like it's so heavy that he can only hold it kind of down low. And 2 firestorm bolts shoot out of it at both of you. First, just so I can keep things honest. First going for Tint. That will miss. Streaks past you this bolt of fire that has similar to how John was making blue fire before, there's like a streak of blue in the orange fire. It's like orange and blue swirling around each other, but the blue doesn't necessarily look like flames. And
Can I tell what it looks like?
I'll allow you to roll for it. Yeah, make an Arcana check really quickly as another one streaks past you and misses John as well, as I'm rolling like shit tonight.
12.
12. Hard to say exactly what it is and what's like the true chemical makeup of it, but it's cold. It seems like fire and
it's
cold
cold.
mixed.
That's not physics.
That being said, it is the Poop Boy's turn. Let's go ahead and make an attack on Belkor and an attack on Jaster. Or actually, we'll make one of the attacks on Toofer.
How dare you.
Why?
It's a nat 1. It's like my 17th nat 1 of the night. That's why. And the attack on Belkor, it also will miss. Insane. Incredible. Belkor, that is your turn.
Well, I guess I'll go for this. I guess that's orange. That looks
Yeah.
like shit color. Yeah, I'll go for this orange. Does a 14 hit?
It does. And as you slash down on it, remembering that it could split them in 2, you do luckily attack one that is so small, there's not enough mass to split into a second body. And so it won't matter. for this particular one. If you want to roll damage just for the first hit for the orange,
Yeah, let me do that.
you might be able to just take it out.
That is 12.
Yeah, that's enough. Boom. One poop down. Most of the
So-
poops down.
If anything, I'll go for the green one next. Now, can I
Okay.
use the roll that I rolled
Yeah, that's fine.
earlier? Okay, cool, because that's a nat 20.
Amazing. Roll damage. Insane.
Champions. I tell you.
That's 12 damage.
Amazing. That takes out green poop. We are rid of the poop. The manure is gone, folks.
Manure
Right.
no more.
All right, so with that, I think I'll go.
John, that is your turn.
Hey, that's me. Let me see here. I will use my bonus action to activate my last sorcery incarnate. I'm going to power up. And then I am going to. Oh, yeah.
Over
I'm going to walk. Walk back
9,000!
30 feet.
That's impossible.
Because this has been a lot for me, actually.
Just gonna see myself out.
Quite a lot. People are starting to hit me. I don't really like it. And then
Bad
I'm gonna.
vibes.
The vibes are really not well. And I'm gonna cast Fireball on the two eyeballs, the spiders,
Amazing.
'cause
The
they're within
Doom
radius of each
Creepers.
other. So they have to make a dexterity saving throw, DC 17.
You see that they are, for plants especially, incredibly dexterous. So one success, one
Awesome.
fail.
So one of them takes 37, and then the other takes,
18?
I believe so.
Insane. Another huge, massive fireball comes firing forth and explodes. You see that these Doom Creepers take a little extra damage from the fire.
Hey.
They take a little extra damage from the fire, actually. But with that, the one who took twice of 37 damage, so 74 damage, just barely over bloodied. These flowers mean business. With that,
Great.
John, incredible turn, blowing up. The fire damage does a ton of extra stuff. And after John, it is the Doom Creeper's turns. The Doom Creeper are going to move forward as much as they flippin' can. Will absolutely get within your thing, so you can fire that off.
Mm-hmm. It has to make a dex saving throw.
Mm-hmm. Natural one again. Dale, I'm coming to your house. I'm stealing your goddamn dice. I'm stealing. So excited about his new dice bag. I'm stealing it. I'm coming to your house. I'm stealing it. You can
With the
have my
nat one,
dice.
are we saying that it takes double damage or just the
It's
normal
gonna take.
damage?
It's already gonna take double damage. So,
I'm gonna
or
keep
actually,
it
you're
honest.
doing cold, right?
It's cold
I'm
damage.
doing cold.
It is
yeah.
cold damage, so it's not gonna do double. No,
Okay.
because then I'm gonna feel like nat ones on
That's
saving
fair.
throws do double damage, which is I'm not gonna do that.
My
I
part, my
appreciate
home
the
game
ask.
does that, so I always forget if that's actually a rule or not.
No, it's
Um,
fair.
That's painful.
11 point. Yeah, it is. 11 points of cold damage.
11 points to the one who already took a ton of damage.
Mhm.
Yeah. Looks flippin' hurt. Incredible. That is your action. Anything else?
No, that was my action from the last turn.
Oh, right. That's your held action. Correct. Thank you so much. Doom Creeper. This one is going to take its attack on you.
On me? What did I do to it?
You're gonna take 14 points of damage. Tint. One slash misses, another slash hits as these thorny tentacle-like vines hit you. Blue is going to blast another one of its rays. It can't see John or Jaster, but it can hit. Let's go for Belkor on this one. Belkor, first I need a D4 from you.
That's a 1.
Guys, we should have taken that short
1.
rest.
I need an intelligence saving throw.
Oh no.
I got a +1.
Yeah, if you roll a nat
The
20 every
the
time.
luck's run out.
It has. It's a 5.
A 5. Belkor is temporarily incapacitated
That's
as your whole body freezes up
Sucks.
and you cannot feel yourself be able to move or take actions or bonus actions. But you are able to repeat the saving throw at the start of every turn.
Nice.
It's not too bad.
That being said, that is the Doom Creepers, Jaster with Tint on deck.
First and foremost, I'm going to bonus action hide. Come on.
Interesting. Bold.
Come on.
Bold. Enigmatic.
Play
It's a choice.
time. Let's see how it works out.
Bold. Unexpected.
19.
Okay. You feel very sufficiently hidden.
Okay.
Here's what I will say actually more specifically, and this is just, I'm not even going to make anybody roll for this or anything. If you get within 5 feet of the plants, they have blind sight.
Like the plant
You're
monster,
good
the-
where you are.
The doom crawler thing.
The Doom
Yeah, okay.
Creepers, yeah. Most
Okay.
plants have blind sight to some degree.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah,
That's
All
fine.
plants?
so I'm just letting you know.
Alright. Now I'm going to use my action to dash.
Okay.
So that's my turn. For Twofer, I'm gonna have him. Like as I'm like running through, I can kind of catch a glimpse of Belkor incapacitated through the hedge there, and I'm like, go. I use my little arm pad to say like guard Belkor, and so I'm gonna send Twofer here,
Amazing.
and that's my turn.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
It goes
Yeah.
to Dominic
Yeah.
Infierno's turn. Dominic Infierno is going to use all of his movement. We'll get here and will he's not close enough to make, he doesn't know that Jaster's there. Obviously he could make some attacks, but it doesn't know he's there. Will make 2 more Firestorm bolts. One against Tint and one against Belkor.
Sure.
This is against Tint. Hits Belkor. Belkor, you get hit with this Firestorm bolt, and this blue and orange rather helix of an energy blast hits you. You take 8 fire damage
That's not too bad.
and 10 cold damage. As you see, he fires it from the flaming chainsaw. His tattoos that are this ice blue color, it like light up as he fires these blasts. And you think this is more than your average fire giant. There's something interesting going on here. This guy. And that is the end of the round.
Wait,
So-
Tint didn't get to go.
Tint didn't get to go. Oh, I should have had you go
No.
before Dom Inferno. My bad.
Oh, yeah.
I
was
said
wondering
Tint on
that.
deck
No
too,
worries.
and then I totally forgot.
No worries.
Go for it.
Okay. So Tint's gonna move. I think it's underneath here. So he's not on top. He's underneath whatever this like
Mhm.
lovely flower hedge is. And from there, he's gonna cast Tasha's Cauldron of just
Caustic
The whole
Brew.
book.
You
Cast the whole
Throw
source
the book
book.
out.
Hell
I
yeah.
was reading from the source. Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. So a stream of acid shoots out in a 30-foot long. Every creature must make a dex saving throw or be covered in acid. So it's that dude. It's both of them.
The flower.
So the flower evades it. It avoids the kitchen sink. But Tom is now covered in acid. And will take 2d4 acid damage at the start of each turn until he uses an action to scrape or wash the acid off. So because he's after me, right?
Yes.
So he should have taken damage at the start of his turn.
100%. Yeah, because he wouldn't have done it even if I had known.
Mm-hmm. So can I
You absolutely may. Roll for that 2d4. The first damage to Dominic Infierno.
4.
4 acid damage. The acid damage hits true. And with that, we find ourselves in a shootout between our heroes who are here to take down the Grey Gardeners, an evil gang hell-bent on selling drugs and poisoning our community, all the while paying off corrupt officials, working with Zusk Burgos and other greedy corporations. And as we go head to head with Dominic Infierno, this strange firestorm giant that seems to have a connection with both the flames and the frozen tundra. That is the end of this episode of Sphinx City, and we will pick up this combat next time right at the top of the initiative. There are no more poop monsters, but we're not out of the shit yet, gang. So let's keep fighting. We'll see you next time, everybody. Let's go around one more time and do quick outros. I'm Justin. I've been your Dungeon Master. I'm so excited to continue to run these games with you all. And hey, so you want to be a DM as merch? Shh, don't tell anybody. But we have merch, baby.
No, but tell everybody. I don't know.
Don't tell anybody.
why.
Shh, it's a
Don't
secret.
tell people. Tell everybody.
How long until you sell enough merch that you don't have to be sponsored by Big Milk?
Oh, we're in a whole contract. It's actually much more
Oh,
complicated to get out of it than you think.
Why did you get them started?
Big Milk has the legal team behind them. Oh, litigious. Is that the word? Litigious, baby. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm Dale. I play Belkor Ironbelly. I am feeling a little bloodied right now. Yeah. Yeah. This is an intense battle. I can't wait till next session.
Oh boy, gang, what an episode. And let me tell you, it's been a great time as I, Daniel, also known as Daniel the DM across all corners of the internet, am here playing John yet again. And it's great to be back in the saddle again, only 1 week later. And man, this next episode's going to be a doozy.
I'm Molly. I'm playing Tint, the token silly little guy character this season. You can find me almost anywhere, including on non-banned apps, as Molly Adeza.
And I'm Taylor. I work with Justin on the So You Want to Be a DM podcast. You can find us on Apple Music, iTunes, or that's the same thing. Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch,
iPhones,
you name it.
iPads.
Yeah,
Shuffles.
you can get it on your Kindle. I don't care.
In an open field under a full moon.
That one you got to do a little chant for, but it still works. I don't know.
There, yeah, you do have to summon those.
But yeah, it's been a blast. I'm very thoroughly looking forward to getting the drop on this guy here in next week.
Mm-hmm.
When we come back.
It's gonna be
After
good.
After we level up
sure.
mid-battle, right?
Right.
Oh, great point. Yeah, technically, the second that this battle is over, you guys will level up to level 9. But more on that next week, as this episode, the next one will be a week from now. See you there, gang.